because of you, and it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush. Dream of you by the Saigon River every single night. Your smile's like the lanterns glowing in Hawaiian's light. No, I should stay grounded, but you're pulling me high. My heart's on a motorbike, chasing you till I fly. I got a problem, and I'll fix it. Riding through the markets, your voice in my head. No way I can quit, though I know I should try. I'm lost in the thought of you, and I know this much is true. Baby, you're my buy me a midnight addiction. I'm so caught up in you, can't find my way, but I love it. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush, ain't no doubt, doubt. So caught up, oh, ain't no doubt. So caught up over you, over you. Because of you, and it's all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush, and I know this much is true. Baby, you, I'm on me calm sunset addiction. I'm so caught up in you, can't find my way, but I love it. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough. And it's all because of you, all because of you. And it's all because of you, all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush, and it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. Never get enough. You're my sweetest rush. All we do is chase the road, baby. All we do is chase the road, yeah.
Yeah, Vietnam's got my heart, girl. Let's ride till the sun comes up. Pat my back, hit the streets, I know it's calling me. Motorbike through the chaos, your smile's my only key. From Saigon's neon lights to Hoi An's lantern glow. Every mile I'm with you, girl, that's all I need to know. Riding through the rice fields, wind in my face is true. Every turn, every town, I'm lost in thoughts of you. Phone stalls at midnight, we share a bowl, no plans. Yeah, your laugh's my compass, guiding me through this land. All we do is roam, yeah. All we do is chase the road, yeah. From the delta to the hills we go. All we do is live this nomad life. All we do is roam, yeah. All we do is chase the road, yeah. Every night another town we flow. All we do is live this nomad life, Long Bay at sunrise, your eyes outshine the sea. Backpack's light, but miles heavy when you're next to me. The lights misty trails, we're dancing in the rain. No roots, no chains, just you and me, no pain. Street vendors calling out, buying sell sizzles low. We share a fleeting moment, then it's time to hit the road. From Campos flowy markets to his ancient walls. You're my adventure, baby, you're my reason for it all. All we do is roam, yeah. All we do is chase the road, yeah. From the delta to the hills we go. All we do is live this nomad life. All we do is roam, yeah. All we do is chase the road, yeah. Every night another town we flow. All we do is live this nomad.
Full cam, let's go. Are we on? Nah, he's sorry about that, guys. I had I guess you call it a maid clean the house this morning, and I went to go get some energy drink. These are not sponsored, but they're like a Korean Red Bull. Fucking awesome. So I'm just gonna throw that on the ground. We just paid to get this whole garage area. She's at the house right now cleaning the house side. Might as well just throw shit on the ground. So disrespectful. How we doing today, man? So today I thought we would talk about the chaos of foreigners. I'm starting to get a lot of emails. I'm getting emails from people I know calling me delusional. Go touch grass. David, go home, you loser. What's funny is I'm not even in Vietnam. What's even funnier is everything I say about Vietnam being good or bad, or the bad sides, is literally just what the government says. Yet I'm sure none of these people will actually contact the VCP and ask them, but what the actual are you guys doing? That's not the right one. Where the fuck? Give me a sec here. I thought I opened everything. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Boom. Boom. So, channel dashboard. Yeah, it's still the wrong screen. Where is everything? Is this my computer? That's crazy, bro. I'm like looking at like my analytics. It's crazy how fast YouTube will fall if you just stop making content. Because I don't really make travel content as much. We're starting to fix that. All right, there we go. Let me get these comments over a bit more. There we go. And all right, give me a sec here. We got to fix a bunch of shit. So hopefully you guys are doing good, man. So today we're going to be talking about just some updates on Vietnam. I was getting a bunch of stuff from Vietnamese people. They're having a hard time right now with a bunch of these updates that the government's doing. So I figure we talk about it because it is starting to roll over to foreigners, especially the delusional ones that are typically alcoholics. They get married into the country and they still think it's 2015. I want to get a standing desk. So I do want to say this, dude. Check this out. I hate Windows computers because the hardware is so bad. Let me get in here. So today we went through our weigh-in. We are at 78.9. We've lost 6 kilos this last like 4 kilos. So it's about 7-8 pounds this last like week and a half. It is mostly water weight though. It's not fat. But it is fucking awesome, man. And you can go to Haruno Fitness if you want to get up on this. It's all free too. Like I'm not charging nobody for this. I mean, if it helps people, that's fucking awesome. And I update it as I use it. I update it as my friends use it to make it better. So let's get into some of these comments and then we'll get into the meat of shit. D, touch grass, get offline for 2 days. Fom. Oh, this is the drunk guy. Stop. Once you become so, oh yeah, I said that too. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like a lot of people are like Fom. They're like Evan. They get married in Vietnam. They put all their eggs in a basket to the point where they just can't afford to leave, or they can't, their family doesn't want to leave, or, you know, some complication happens to where they're stuck in Vietnam long term. And it's a very interesting like process I see. And I saw this a lot with like I say Australians because I knew a lot of Australians when I was living in Vietnam. Like Vung Tau in Borea area is a lot. This is like pre-COVID though. But it was like when it came to foreigners, it was like 80-85% Aussies, right? So why is the other camera on? Hold on. Like it says this camera's on. Why? 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 Okay. Give me a sec here. There we go. So yesterday we were playing on Kick, David Rock, just at David Rock. We were playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And I never realized how boring that game is after like 220 hours and you're sober. So we cleared like an area, which is fun, but way too overpowered for that shit. Anyways, back to talking shit. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of these people, nothing against Bomb per se, but I feel like these people are delusional. They still think Vietnam is pre-COVID. Everything's fine, David. Nothing's gonna happen. It's not gonna, like, I get messages and comments and stuff like that where people are like, Vietnam's not gonna become China with the WeChat and social credit system. Vietnam's not gonna become an authoritarian like North Korea at that extreme. And it's like, Are you an alcoholic? Like, are you on drugs? How do you people not see what's happening? It's very weird to me. Let me give, because I know some of these people that complain about me are American. Let me give you an example. Imagine if Donald Trump, the current sitting president, this could be Biden or whoever. I'm just using Trump as an example because he's the current president. So please, your TDS shit, take it to your CNN friends. Imagine if Trump had full authority over the military, all head of government, all state government, everything. What do you think Americans would do? The Second Amendment would go crazy, right? People would be getting their Berettas, what are some cool ones? You know, AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. They say ARM and something. It's the name of the company. That was actually a question that you get asked in the military during some weapons training. I don't know why, but yeah, we all failed it at first. We were like, assault rifle, stupid. Like, no. But imagine if Trump had all that authority. They would call America the new North Korea. America would economically collapse, yada, yada, yada. This is what Vietnam's doing right now, and everyone's like, oh, no, it's pretty. It's so crazy to me, dog. And I've been getting sent like messages from Vietnamese friends of mine because I have a lot of Big Q friends that live in Saigon and a lot more that live in Hanoi. And they send me these videos of like foreigners getting married to local Vietnamese. And a lot of my Big Q friends, and mostly Hanoi, because these are like German Vietnamese, like they're born in Germany, but they're Vietnamese. They're asking me, like, dude, why are all these like foreigners marrying girls that are like half their age, talking about everything's gonna be great? Like, don't they realize when they turn 60 and their girlfriend or their wife, whatever, is like 28 to 32, there's going to be a problem? Dude ain't going to be able to get it up without some pills. And girl's going to be wanting to hump like a jackrabbit, right? Like, that's her final prime, right? Like, it's an interesting thing. I don't really have I'm not a biologist, but I can tell you what a woman is. But I don't know the difference. I just think that the gap is off. Because I remember when I was dating a girl when I was there, this was back in 2014, 15, 16, 17. Our age difference was right about, I think it was like 5 years. 5 years, I think it was. I don't remember birthdays. But there was a little difference, but I think the difference was more culture. Like, I understood Vietnamese, so it was easy for me to deal with their parents, and I mean that in respect. But I understood the way to act, the way to do things, why they did what they did, right? But when it came to us talking, we were pretty much on the same playing field when it came to like culture, right? Like everyday talk conversations, how we could relate. I don't understand how somebody marries somebody that's like 20 to 30 years difference and doesn't run into that problem. And on top of that, you can't take these women back to America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, because you're going to get looked at like Epstein. Like, why is your girlfriend what is that one guy's name? No Neck Ed, the 90-Day Fiance. Remember he's like 52 and he dated that Filipina that was like 23, Rose, I think her name was. And when he brought her back to America, everyone just shamed him. He's like, why are you dating a child? Right? Like the whole age gap it's kind of accepted in Asia, but not so much in like the West. It's actually frowned upon pretty hard. Cause you think about it, you got Trump, they're giving him shit for it. Andrew Tate, that guy was notorious for it. Epstein, obviously, right? Like, you got a lot of these people that do that. Like, Leonardo DiCaprio, like, he has apparently a life rule if she turns 23, dump her. I don't know, right? But they give him shit for it. In Asia, the age gap is typically okay within the Vietnamese community, the Chinese community. But if it's like a government official marrying into another family or something like that, right? It's a positional integration of families. It's not like, oh, I love my girlfriend that when I was her age, she was still negative 10 years old, 20 years old, right? Like, it's a very different thing. That's why I used to make the jokes back in like 2017. Because I used to get messages from like Don and these other like very confused, mentally stable people. And it was just like, you know, like you and your wife that graduated high school last weekend, right? Like, and this was a joke that a lot of people in Saigon used to say too, like South Africans, Europeans, British people, sorry. Like, we used to always joke about that on Blue Vin. Like, it was always the question when we saw this age gap, like, when do you think she graduated high school? $10. It was last weekend, last month, 4 days ago, an hour and a half ago. What time is it? There's a because there's a high school right next to Bowie Bend, right? So it was always kind of a funny joke to go with. So I don't know. The age gap to me is weird. I don't get it. This idea, people tell me to go touch grass. Like I understand if I'm like, I don't know what's changed in the last like 3 or 4 years, but I know you have a serious drinking problem. When we did that podcast halfway through, because I think I drank like 4 coffees when we were there, because that's all I really was drinking. I wasn't drinking alcohol at that time. I think it was like a year and a half sober at that point. Before, now I drink like maybe on the weekends and stuff like that at best. But he was just getting so intoxicated, and I ended up turning my phone on, like the voice recorder, because I was like, nobody's gonna believe this. Because he would pause the camera and yell at me for saying anything that he didn't like. It was just weird to me, man. It's like, hey, what do we talk about for the last part? We're sitting in like the coffee shop area. I was like, hey, we can talk about this. This is what's popular. Don't tell me what to say. Like I don't know. I think Boyd's got some. I wish you the best, man, but you're delusional, bro. You are actually a delusional expat. I really don't understand why anyone would want to be with someone other from their other country, race, and culture. Well, I mean, that's kind of going too far. I don't see nothing wrong with like race, what do you call it? Interrace marriage, whatever, man. Especially like places like Malaysia, America. These are like massive melting pots for that stuff. So, marriage between the same race, culture, and religion is hard enough. When you add the said factors, the problems. I mean, yes and no. I don't know if he's talking about like if a white dude marries a black girl or some stuff like that. Like, I don't see the problem with that. But if you're like a person of race A and you're going to another country of another, I don't think it's a race. I think it's a culture is the big issue. I don't think race plays a lot. I mean, there's definitely different culture. Even in America, like the black community is very different than the Hispanic community, right? So if there's like if there's a marriage between those cultures, it's not going to be a race thing. It's going to be a culture thing. And you see this a lot in like Chula Vista and stuff like this. This is down like San Diego when we were out there surveying the Buds training, which is next to Coronado Island. And you saw this all the time, like Chula Vista, El Cajon. You see a lot of interracial. And the issues are always like not racial, culture, right? So it's kind of weird. One day she is going to buy groceries and never come back. She left their 2 kids. The police found out that she went back to Vietnam, blah, blah. Yeah, to her Vietnamese. Yeah, that's kind of a thing with like, I see this a lot. People that marry like in Southeast Asia, it's not uncommon to hear these stories where the girl was living with her husband. The husband was okay with it. Like when I was living in Saigon, it's like back in 2014, 15. It's when I used to go to Bowie Bend. I would see girls like these guys dropping off girls, and then you get drunk, you start talking to girls. Like, who's the guy that dropped you off? Is he your husband? And a lot of them are like, no, he's just my boyfriend. And the same girls trying to give people happy endings, right? Like they don't see it as taboo; they see it as like a profit margin to an extent. So there's these things to really understand. Like I always hear these jokes about in Western world, like a girl should have her body count on her forehead, which I think is ridiculous. But if you actually had like a lot of these girls in like District 1, District 2 do that, bro, I think a lot of guys would stop dating Vietnamese girls. Bro, I've heard a lot of stuff. And this isn't even being rude. Like when you work in Vietnam, you work at banks, you work at schools, you run a school, you get the gossip. When you learn the language, you hear shit. I knew plenty of girls in Phan Thiet that had body counts over 200-300. They were just massage girls. They slept with every customer, damn near. Right? Like, it's interesting though. But again, no hate. I don't see a problem like interracial dating. I think the issue is culture difference. A nice name, by the way, Vietnam Freedom. Must be a fellow VitQ. Oh shit, yeah, he is. Yeah, this is a Vietnamese abroad. Awesome, man. Where's this guy at? San Diego. Bay Area, San Fran. Yeah, cool guy, man. I'm not saying Vietnam freedom, Viet freedom. Yeah, this guy's anti-government. I get it. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Like I found this comment funny. I sent it to some of my Vietnamese friends, and that's where I got the thumbnail idea. My Vietnamese friends gave it to me. Because a lot of them, these people live in Saigon, Phan Thiet, 2 of them were in Dalat. I got a big ass Telegram group with a bunch of my Vietnamese friends, government unofficials, university deans and shit like that. And when they saw that comment, they're like, this dude's delusional as fuck. So I don't know, man. Best of luck to you, dude. I hope you quit drinking by now. Like the drinking was way. I think dude drink more than I did, which is saying a lot. I had a problem back then. Oh, we've already talked about this. Is Vietnam speed running? Doesn't let me delete shit sometimes. Vietnam speed running, yeah. Vietnam is fast forwarding the destruction. Vietnam visa 2026. Immigration and check unwanted visitors. The biggest problem with tourism are typically domestic and Chinese. But you guys keep blaming the West, ignoring what is happening in Vietnam. Like that's a big issue. Like, if you guys aren't aware, like Vietnam's immigration, if you think about tourism in Vietnam, it's like 85–90% of it's Asian people. South Koreans, Japanese, Chinese is the main one. Domestic Vietnamese, I think, is like number 3 on the list. Taiwan is another one. Most tourists in Vietnam are Asian. They're not white people. They're not black people. I know there's this trend right now, black Americans in Vietnam, but they still don't. I mean, we're talking what, maybe a couple hundred people? But tourism is up for Russians like 180% this year already, right? Chinese tourism is something like 7 or 8 million this year already. I'm sorry, 100 black dudes are not going to change Vietnam's economy. You know, such a weird thing to me. I love watching. Why is this video sent to me? I thought, like, I think Ken is a what do you say in Australia, schmuck, or is that British? Like, he's just a rage baiter. He's no different than like Evan. He just says shit to get people's attention. He fights for views. He says what people want to hear. He's the Vietnamese Tai Lopez. What are people that type in caps? My EV says blah, blah. Yeah, it is so much interaction, and it's a lot of like hopefulness. No, Vietnam didn't leave ASEAN. They actually just they cut back on Malaysia, I believe. No, Indonesia. But they just didn't renew it. That was it. Fuck. Yeah, see, like Ken is an asshole too. Literally not the reason. Move on with your America bad, Vietnam won nonsense. Like Vietnam did not beat America in the war. America left in 73. For 2 more years, the war kept going. So who really won and lost? I bet you won't say the answer in Vietnam publicly. What a dick. Like, Ken is an asshole. I'm surprised these people even interact with this guy. Like, I don't have too much to really say. Like, Ken is not a good person, I don't think. The information he gives out the laws are usually not, I mean, they're accurate to an extent, but he rage baits the shit. He misleads people. Like, I would never hire Ken to do anything for me in Vietnam. Oh, but he wouldn't want you anyways. You know, Andrew, dude, there it is. Where is that? What is that guy's name? Andrew Tate, right? We were actually talking about this some time back. Andrew Tate case. Like he has this like legal thing going on, right? Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where's that? Where's there's gotta be an image. Hold on. Hear me out on this. Give me a sec. Where to go? Where to go? This guy, Andrew Tate's lawyer, Ken Dong, reminds me of Andrew Tate's lawyer. Just says anything for attention. Isn't professional, insults people, uses like vulgarities that you'd hear on the streets, like in the hood, right? Makes stupid jokes and puns. Like taking Ken serious, you might as well take Andrew Tate's lawyer serious. You might as well take, like, listen to this speech that he gave some time back. It was low IQ. That's who Ken Dong reminds me of, that lawyer. Why people listen to his nonsense and pay him for whatever he does is beyond me. And you know what's funny? Somebody sent me a message. This is like months ago. They're like, he gets you for deformation or whatever it's called. Insulting somebody. If I went back to Vietnam and he tried to sue me, I could pull his credentials immediately. Am I trying to brag? No. Am I trying to say I'm better than him? No. But Decree 109 in Vietnam states if a government official of any level, being top to the lowest, feel that a lawyer is interfering, insulting, very vague decree, mind you, they can pull the credentials of a Vietnamese-born lawyer or citizen for up to 9 months. A non-Vietnamese citizen practicing law in Vietnam up to 3 months. So the minute he starts trying to fuck with me, I just call one of my friends in Hanoi and get his shit pulled. Like, and I'm not saying this to be funny. This is how fucked up the country is now. There are no human rights for freedom of speech or speaking against anything in Vietnam because they've silenced the people. We're going to talk about social media today because they just put a new decree 333 that silences the internet people, and they also silenced the lawyer. Ken is not a lawyer no more, according to Vietnam's laws. I mean, the moment he tries to help somebody that goes against anything BCP, even if it's just like asking questions, the dude can get cut. This is why his videos are fucking, how to get a bald me. How to live like this. Like this guy's videos are no different than Will Travels. This guy's a joke at this point. Bond me. Talking about Trump and Xi. This is like, if you were going to hire a lawyer in Vietnam, would you look at his account and be like, let's see what he does as a lawyer? Food, prostitutes, dies inside. Okay. I was like, this isn't a real lawyer, is it? I would love to see Ken Dong's like credentials. I would love to do like a live stream with this guy just to fucking have fun with it. Because I know his comment section would just burn me. Like, oh, this David guy's a fag. Loser back home. He got deported. Right? And this guy wouldn't be able to answer any of my questions because he's no different than Andrew Tate's lawyer. Useless. So I hope you guys paying for this shit got your money's worth. And also, just for reference, if you're going to hire this guy, I strongly recommend researching his Singapore and his American law firm, especially the taxes in his American version. I don't know if you'd hire a lawyer this many discrepancies, but hey, do what you want, man. Andrew did it. What is this? Overseas Vietnamese become cash cows. Oh, this is something a lot of my Vietnamese friends have been sending me. So if you're not aware, if you are middle class in Vietnam, you're either government or you have kids abroad that are sending money back to Vietnam. This is very common. I'm not going to get into the video. I think this is in
Married
Vietnamese.
and moving here. She has consistently sent her standings.
Yeah, so she's a Vietnamese in the West. I think she's in America. Yeah, she's in Cali. And of course, she does nails. Like, they have no creativity. She speaks no English. She takes money from America and sends it back to Vietnam. But the story isn't really that. It's that the families in Vietnam rely on them as like cash cows, as they call it. And it's pretty disgusting because a lot of Vietnamese that get really rich, they buy big shit, and then they just insult their family members, their uncles, their neighbors. Like, I'm rich because my daughter's in Canada sending us money, right? Like, I don't know. I don't agree with these people. I think she should be deported. People like her should be deported. They don't speak the language. They're doing shitty jobs. She works at a nail salon in California, which is very common for Vietnamese in that area. Not all, like first and second generation. Like once you get the third and fourth generation, you start seeing the doctors and shit like that, which is awesome. Like I grew up with third generation, where my uncles were second generation. But people like this are just useless. They're useless idiots spreading propaganda while they're sending their parents back home in Saigon money so they can buy a VinFast car, so they can insult everybody, run people over, and pay the government off. Like this is what these people are. Just useless idiots. I don't get it. A lot of
Getting married
and a lot of my Vietnamese friends have complained about them. Like Vietnamese people in Vietnam hate these people because they're useless. They just make for bad. Vietnam airline runway overturn August. A primary report that Aviation Authority ruled that flight VN34. Didn't this happen last year where like an airplane ran into an airplane? Yeah, this is like the same thing. So with Vietjet Air, the planes that are always late ran into another airline. I don't know, bro. The thing about is, watch they blame America. Yeah, I don't know. This seems like a common thing. This is like the third time. When did this happen? August? Yeah, this is like the third time I've heard about this over the last like couple of years. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of like aviation guys in here. That's cool. That's actually really cool. See, this is useful shit or useful stuff when it comes to Vietnam. You don't get a bunch of people in here like, oh, Trump said this. It's like we're talking about an airplane in Vietnam, bro. So yeah, I don't know. I never even heard of this until now, but this isn't uncommon, so I'm not surprised. I'm surprised airplanes in Vietnam don't have horns. Can you imagine if an airplane had a horn? They would be up in the sky honking at birds. They would start pissing God off. I think that'd be funny. Oh, this is a social media ban. First time offenders talking about the government, or not the government, the state. Repeat offenders, up to 10 offenses, consistent over a 2-year. Oh, sorry. Let's do some English. There we go. Starting this week, the following individual will have their social media accounts suspended indefinitely. That's awesome, bro. The more we can censor Vietnam while the expats can keep their VPNs and trade on Binance, the better everything gets. Like, seriously, let's fucking go all out with this delusion. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Imagine living in North Korea right now as an American or Canadian or whatever. And you're just talking about how cheap everything is and how free and easy everything is. And I could trade crypto in North Korea. And meanwhile, like the population's oppressed beyond comprehension. Like that's what's going on in Vietnam right now is the comprehension, and nobody comprehends how oppressed Vietnam is becoming. Again, people like Ken Dong, that lawyer, is not a lawyer no more. And it's not because I said so. It's because the government pretty much said, don't fuck with us or we'll make you a paperweight. Like, it's hilarious. And what's hilarious is like it's not hilarious directly, it's hilarious the delusion of people that are living in grandeur. They're like, oh no, everything's fine. It's awesome that Vietnam's better than America. Imagine if Donald Trump or any American sitting president was doing the same thing that the president of Vietnam or China is doing right now and had the same amount of control. Imagine if that happened. America would collapse overnight, probably be a massive quadruple civil war. Guns would be flying everywhere. Like, seriously. People think America doesn't have rights. Like, as crazy as America's getting, it at least has some freedom here and there. I mean, you got idiot bartenders like AOC becoming congresspeople. You got people marrying their brothers to get American citizenship and then become a congresswoman. Right? No other country in the world allows this. But in Vietnam, it's fine. Just shut up, bro. And this is why the thumbnail, look at it again. Expats are delusional. All of them are. So weird. But anyways, posting Dismissing infringe upon the national security of the security of Republic of the Republic. I know the Republic means kind of like nation or country, but it's still funny to see Republic. Secondly, the account has been temporarily locked for more times. The request comprehension, blah, blah, commit violations of cybersecurity. Now, understand, cybersecurity laws in the Ministry of Security used to be ran by the current president. And a lot of these laws that are changing in Vietnam deal with the Ministry of Cybersecurity, not cybersecurity, but security, which is a sub-branch of cybersecurity. The president has immediate authority over this. Of course, he's the president. Of course he does, right? But he actually has best friends and cousins and shit in this department. But the fact that they're isolating, if you hit the like button, like if somebody puts a comment saying, I don't like what the government did with this or that, and somebody hits the like button, you are qualified to get banned, penalized, or arrested. This is a real thing in Vietnam. As an expat, I know you guys are like, well, David, I never had this problem. Because you're not Vietnamese, retard. It's so crazy. It's like an American complaining about getting arrested in America for immigration fraud. It's like, dude, you're an American. Why would they arrest you for immigration fraud? You stupid. Unless you're marrying a rando and trying to like illegally get her there. Like, it's a hard fetch, right? It's kind of the same idea. Foreigners don't deal with this shit. This is why lawyers like Ken Dong are making videos about bond me. Because he knows that he can't, that he's fucked. I'm not threatening nobody. I'm just telling you what the law says. We can look at it too. If we look at let's look at Grok. I think Grok is, because Claude is very Claude is not very nice. Like it tries to get we shut up with the pop-ups. Claude usually gets politically correct. So let me bring up Grok. I'm going to bring out Decree 109 because I keep saying this, and I know I'm going to get more messages or something about this later on. So let me just break it down real quick. Why am I saying Ken Dong is pretty much cooked? Can you Decree 109? Give me a sec here. Including marriage, lawyers, etc. All in bullet point. All right. Thoughts on following. Following will actually get you in trouble too. Again, if you're a foreigner and you're following, like, there's certain people in Vietnam that will get you put in the penitentiary. What is the penitentiary in Vietnam called? It'll put you there. Like, just for shits. Like, I'll show you a few people. If you follow these people in Vietnam, you will disappear. I'm not even making this funny. Cyprus, Vietnamese. Let's see if I can find them. I forgot her name too. It's like Chanto. Hold on. What is that Vietnamese? Give me a second. I'll find out real quick, but I will show you what happened because this lady was getting followed by Vietnamese people, and they started getting contacted by the government. This happened. I think it was like 9 or 12 months ago. It wasn't last year. It was sometime early last year. But yeah, following got a lot of people in serious fuck trouble. They got called in. They got questioned. They got random phone calls on their phone. Think about that. You're following somebody on social media. The government sees it. They see your name. And then somehow they know your address, your phone number, everything. How is that? Because your SIM card, your social media is all linked to your VIN EID. Are we not seeing how crazy this shit's getting? Give me a second. What? All right. Third, there's no reason to determine individual account pages, community, and content channels continue to use tools meant to commit violations of cybersecurity. Again, the same department that the president used to be in charge of for a very long time. One of the most important departments is the Ministry of Security in Vietnam. It is one of the most important, hands down, because it holds the most important people in Vietnam. One of them is now the president. Keep that in mind. Oh, here it is, 10 or more, 90-day period, yeah. So ideally, if you say shit about Vietnam, you like anything, comment, follow, you can get in a lot of trouble. And now, they're starting to ban people. Meta's already agreed to this. They agreed to it back in November last year. So Facebook and Instagram already follow Vietnam's requirements when it comes to like management, giving information to the VCP on request, blah, blah, all this shit. The only thing Vietnam can't do right now is harass Vietnamese abroad. You know, in China, if you're a Chinese citizen in America, the CCP can harass you. They can't do that. Vietnamese can't do that yet. The government can't do that yet. That's like the only thing missing. Only thing missing. The US is the only one with gun problems. Huh? The signal. Oh, this is that Bangkok thing. I wonder if they're going to start talking about this. I'm Cambodian. Gun makes Thai people have more freedom, free market rights to own gun. Yeah, like I hear a lot of people say like guns kill people. Nah, the people that hold the guns do. That's interesting though. There was an article I think last year that came out where there was like, it was something like 6 or 7 little gun firings that happened in Vietnam, and the government somebody immediately shut it all down. You weren't even allowed to talk about it no more. All right, Decree 109, here we go. So the main scope, what it covers, this is the lawyer. Lawyers, legal counsel, notarization, blah, blah, blah. Civil status, nationality, adoption, marriage, and family. See, when I asked Ken Dung about this, like I said, do a video about this decree, he was like, I don't want to talk about marriage. This was the moment I realized Ken Dung knows he's fucked. Is because he took one of the most the largest human rights violation laws that Vietnam has done in recent history, and just ignored it and talked about the smallest thing about it, which is pretty fucking, I won't say hilarious, but at that moment, that's when I just realized like Ken is not, he's deceptive. I would trust Andrew Tate's lawyer more than I would Ken at this point, because at least the lawyer Andrew Tate tells the truth and just says stupid things with it. Ken just misleads people. These are so good. South Korea, man, shout out to you. But again, check out the website, Haruno Fitness. Sign up, it's free. We're losing weight, dude. Look at this shit. Let me log in real quick. It's like my dummy account for testing. Yeah, today we weighed in at 78.9, bro. Look at that. Boom. August 19th, 5 days later. Boom. 81.3. So we lost about 5-6 pounds. It's mostly water, though. I get that. I get that. Yeah, check it out, man. It's free. The law for personal Article 4 Vietnam law. She weighs 15 though. No, I don't think so. I mean, I know it's in there, but it's not relative to, if you're talking about foreigners. Hold on. I guess technically, Vietnam has no bankruptcy. You can't file for it. It's bullshit. It's like saying you can apply for the PRC. It's the same shit. Decree 253 though. Hold on. Let me run that real quick. Just the Decree 253 bullet list there. Just to make sure. But yeah, if we look at Decree 109, key points on lawyers: significantly higher administrative citation fines for violating legal practice, some up to 40 million VND. Expanded list for punishment behavior, insulting officers, obstructing processes. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think this means? Obstructing processing. If you get relocated, if the government says we need your house for whatever reason, and a lawyer tries to fight that for you and get you more money or something like that, lawyer can be punished. Certain professional misconduct, I mean, obviously, this is the big one. This is, when you break this down in the decree in Vietnamese, it is overly vague, meaning and the lowest person can take it from you. Major changes, right here, commune level is, this is like, think about in the West, you have a HOA, right? Condo, community. This person is the same as an HOA officer. That's how low this is. A HOA officer can take the credentials from Ken and any other lawyer in Vietnam without a question, with any fucking reason they feel fit. Any reason. Chairman or commune police chiefs have the power to suspend a lawyer's practice certificate for a period of time. It's usually 9 months for Vietnamese. Temporarily revoke the right to use practice certification up to 9 months. This power was previously much higher province level. Remember, they merged the provinces. Many lawyers and the Vietnam Bar Federation strategy criticize this as giving local authorities too much control over lawyers. Why doesn't Ken Dome talk about this? Fuck all this marriage shit. If you're marrying people in Vietnam to stay there, you're already ridiculous. Marry her and go home. Take her away. Free her. You would not go to a federal prison, marry an inmate, and then move into the prison. It's the same shit, man. Oh, okay. See, this whole thing is an administrative. A lot of these are administrative. Yeah, this isn't new. I think it was a month and a half ago, Saigon pushed out a overnight decree that was focused on Saigon, where they openly went to law firms. They went to middle-class business owners and actors, like seriously actors, like Tom Cruise actors, right? In Saigon, and they audited them on the spot. They're getting nasty, bro. A lot of people have pushed back on me saying, well, now it's personal income tax, PIT, it's much better. No, it's not. It's actually worse for Vietnamese. Street vendors aren't being affected by it, but anybody that has like a physical location, be in their house, opening the door and selling something, are now fucked. It's horribly bad, dude. Tax exemption. Yeah, I mean, there is a higher tax write-off, which is nice. Most people don't make that number, though. Yeah. Yeah, this doesn't matter, man. Again, this is a prime example. This whole section right here is a prime example of the immigration PRC, permanent residency card. It's in the government document, but you can't get it, right? This is in the documents. This isn't what's going to happen. The PIT is being micromanaged through the VNEID. They are bending over Vietnamese people right now. Can you bullet point the permanent resident card decree? Like, just to show you the PRC, like there's people that tell you could get a PRC in Vietnam, be a permanent resident. Let me show you it, because it is a law. It's just never been applied. It's almost impossible. Stay there for 5 years. Nah, bro. That's not how this works. Did they get rid of it? There is no single standalone permanent resident decree. The rule comes from a law and actually, okay. So it seems like there used to actually be, oh, maybe it was a circular. That was what it was. It wasn't a decree. Okay, I could have been wrong. Maybe it was a circular. Foreigners who have rendered blah blah service in Vietnam awarded state orders or honorary time. Understand, state order means the Communist Party gave you an award. This is like Donald Trump giving you the Medal of Honor. It is that caliber. Honorary titles, same thing. This is, you never hear about this. Usually only military, high commissioned military, and Vietnamese government officials get these. Foreign scientists and experts that are temporarily residing, false. Unless this is a Russian that knows how to make nukes in reactors, it's not going to happen. Foreign sponsored by a Vietnamese parent, spouse, and this is where things get fun. This is not true. If this is true, Evan, Bolt Mop, Dustin recently, KT, all these people have got married in Vietnam. I know Evan's been married for a while. Pham, this Pham guy, he's been married for a long time. Why don't they have a PRC? Anybody? People that have had TRCs for the last 3 years are sponsored by Vietnamese parent. See, that's the thing too. Vietnamese parent kind of includes the idea that you need to be Vietnamese yourself. But if your parents are Vietnamese, you can just get resident. You can just become a citizen, a dual citizen. So if you're an American, you become a secondary citizen of Vietnamese. Vietnamese parents. This is such a big thing. But they always put this, spouse or child. This is not true. Again, why isn't Evan, who lives in Saigon for however long, married with 2 or 3 kids, not a PRC holder? He had to do a visa run like a month ago to get his TRC done. He's been here for how long? So, but this is kind of the idea. You're talking about the taxes. I get it. It's on paper. But so is the PRC. Who's got one? Nobody. Nobody. Insurance law and foreign equipment are... No, insurance for like life insurance and shit in Vietnam is a fraud. It's a fucking fraud. You can't claim it in Vietnam. If you are Vietnamese and you have life insurance, well, they damn near force it on you at this point. You have to buy it through a bank, and they pretty much force you to buy it at this point. You can't claim it. Medical insurance, you almost can't claim it. You can't. When foreigners bring insurance and go to like VinMax or any of these other international hospitals, FB and all this and that, they usually can't claim it. Because Vietnam doesn't do the paperwork correctly. They don't follow certain protocols. It's not the foreigner. It's not the American or Canadian health insurance plan that's the problem. It's Vietnam, right? This is why I say if you're going to live in Vietnam, just have $5,000 in a savings account that gets interest, right? If you're in Thailand, Singapore, Japan, fuck it, Cambodia. I hear Phnom Penh's not bad for this. They can do the paperwork that will allow you to file a claim. Vietnam just is retarded about it, right? It's so hard to get it done. It's so hard, man. And I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible either, but it's so fucking hard, man. It is so hard. No drinking today, buddy. It's so hard. Focus, 2 days. Yeah, that's something too. Like I put a focus thing up here. So for like an hour, I focus. Usually I read or I go for a walk or something. Like no audio and shit. Yeah, back on your point, Tony, yeah. All these tax laws are to destroy the people. You always hear about the West, like they're trying to destroy the middle class. Vietnam is already ahead of that shit. There is no middle class in Vietnam. There's government, there's English teachers, and there's the rest. That's all there is. But insurance in Vietnam is a scam. I know people that work in banks. SOCOM, MB, Vietcom Bank, that sell this insurance plans. It's all a scam. You can't claim this shit. And if you go to a hospital, I've never met a Vietnamese person that's had medical insurance that is able to use it correctly. They ended up just paying cash. When Bop was born, had to pay cash. They wouldn't take the Vietnamese insurance. Oh, well, you got it from here. You need to do this. We don't care that you paid for it for the last 8 years. Luckily, it was cheap as shit, but I'm just saying, it's retarded. Can I say that? Passport bros. Passport bro kicked out of Colombia. Get out. Locals react. I think I made a comment on this. I wish America did the same to illegals. Respect the country, the rules, and the people. I'm getting so tired of people in Vietnam and Thailand saying, we hate expats. They're so disrespectful. Meanwhile, in America, the UK, you got all these illegals destroying the country. And everyone's like, it's DEI. Fuck out of here. Deport everybody. I got nothing to say, but I just thought it was a funny video. we've already talked about Thailand, gun violence. That's pretty normal, unfortunately. I'm waiting on the name. I want to show you somebody, though. I love Chad's videos, bro. Chad's a great dude. But there's this lady that is, I believe she's in jail now. Like, Cyprus sent her back, which sent her back to a communist nation that was going to jail and prosecute her for speaking against the government. So I don't know what's up with Cyprus. Yeah. This is interesting videos. Why is that there? This shit's disgusting. Glass noodles. You're just eating like trash.
Crazy when you look up.
Yeah, Chad's a good bro, man. I like this guy. I don't know why he doesn't have gloves on though. Yeah, see, like I love Chad, man, but I'm gonna be honest as I am with any Vietnamese person. This dude has no hygiene. I'm not spending like $5, $8 on a banh mi and this. Yeah, but yeah, Chad's a cool dude. This is actually one of my favorite dudes in Vietnam. Like he's a chef though. He's not a vlogger. Why Vietnam is secretly erasing? They're not erasing them. They're taxing them. So it's forcing them out. Shame. Yeah, I mean, I'll just put it here. July 1st was the day one of cutting these people down. July 1st is when all the tax laws cut through. Have food safety. Yeah. Your type of people are why Vietnam never gets better. If you don't like it, leave. Dumb shit. I don't even care anymore. What is it called? African swine fever or something is wildly spread right now in Vietnam, all over the country, from local areas to tourism. And people like you ignore it, saying, well, don't eat there, stupid. Don't eat there. You are the problem. I hate these people. People like this should just go fuck off. They should go back to the UK and learn fucking the Quran. Like, go home. Like, if you look, like, just for fun, what are the top 5 reasons Vietnamese go to the ER per year? Just to show you that I'm not delusional. Delusional? So it reads, foreign pensions are exempt on tax. What do you mean foreign pensions, dude? You can't live in Vietnam. How do they tax foreign pensions if you can't even live in Vietnam? That doesn't make sense. You're in Vietnam on a tourist visa getting a pension. They can't tax foreigners, man. And for those that want to say, oh, it's because, what if you marry some person? You marry a bar girl or some office girl after 4 days and you get a pension. Vietnam doesn't care. It's not even a law. That's why I say if they're ever going to make a retirement visa in Vietnam, the first thing you're going to see are new taxation laws for foreign income. When you see these, whenever Ken Dong and his monkey ass starts doing videos about this, now we know they might prepare to make a retirement visa. Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia all did the same thing. Japan even did it. They create taxation laws before they make a retirement visa. You don't do it the other way around. It doesn't work that way. It borderline is illegal internationally, or you scare everybody off, right? I mean, even Thailand tried to backstep a bunch of shit like that. It has scared everybody off. Vietnam has no means of taxation for foreigners because you can't be here. Foreigners that are in Vietnam long-term are what? They're on an investor visa? Okay, you're paying capital gain tax. Pension has nothing to do with that. You're married. They don't give a fuck about you. You're probably an English teacher anyways. You can't do shit in this country, right? You're a VIT-Q on a white book, right? You're like the 5-year exemption. They don't give a shit, right? There's just no laws for it. I think, Tony, I think you're confusing Thailand. Vietnam has none of this. None. They do, like, think about this. Vietnamese Americans that retire, like Tony is a good example. He's a Vietnamese VIT-Q, lives in Saigon. He's got a retirement pension from America. He moved to Vietnam, became a citizen, right? There's no laws to tax him. He openly has talked about on many different videos. You can check his videos out. He only speaks Vietnamese though, but he's never been taxed. There's no taxes for VIT-Q. There's no taxes for Vietnamese citizens that get money from abroad, right? They just recently started taxing, what is it called? Residue or something? Not residue, resident or something like that. So if your kid is in America sending you money every month and you take it out and you spend it, they just started taxing this July 1st. So if you're getting money from abroad and you try to convert it to VND, they tax you now. And you have to go to a bank to do this. This is a Vietnamese only thing going on. So they're already taxing imported money on the Vietnamese side. For foreigners, you can't retire. If you're a foreigner with a business, you're going to get capital gains tax already. So they're happy. And if your business after 18 months is not making a respectable profit, they're going to revoke your investor visa. This is already happening. Last year, there was a massive increase of DT4 investor visas getting, revoked. This is why when I see people like Evan and Ken doing these things, like, call me, I'll get you an investor visa. You don't have to do visa runs. This is Tai Lopez shit. Unless you have a solid business plan, you're going to be fucked. Vietnamese cannot keep a business open. And if you do have a business plan, you want to open a company in Vietnam like Chad did, for example, you're going to go to a respectful lawyer. You're not going to go to a YouTuber for legal advice. You're not going to go to an agent. You're going to go to a business lawyer that works with foreigners, real ones, not lawyers that have tax liens against them and back taxes and fees in different countries they claim they're international in. There's so many kidney shots being given out right now. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, until Vietnam starts going after forward money, there's not going to be a retirement visa. Thus, there is no catch-22 for the retirement. I get what you're saying, but how would they do it is the question. They can't tax a tourist after 180 days because they're still a tourist. But how does Thailand do this? After 180 days, you can't return to Thailand for 6 more months as a tourist. They just banned you. They're like, get a job, get married, or get a retirement visa, or fuck off. Like, that's all they do, right? So there's no way to be in Thailand on 200 days on a tourist exemption. It's impossible in Thailand. Well, not impossible, it's illegal. Because now they're going to get you for immigration fraud and they're going to get you for tax evasion. Right? Again, Vietnam, like, look at Will Travel. Look at Travis. These guys are making $2,000 to $7,000 a month respectively. In Vietnam, do YouTube, Patreon, all this and that, right? There's no tax laws on these people. At all. Like, Travis might be paying tax to America because he makes a pretty good amount of money, respect to him. So he might be in that $123,000 threshold to pay tax back to America. Will Travel is broke. Fat and broke, that dude broke. These guys are barely getting by on donations, right? So they're not going to have any taxes in the West, and the government's not really fucking with them because they're on tourist visas. So I don't know, man. Unless Vietnam starts creating decrees or at least circular standards which go by, because they can make a circular. Now I'm getting a little technical. I apologize. I know Ken doesn't do this. He makes stupid banh mi puns. I'm not retarded, so I'm not going to do that. But unless they make it circular, which could be more Providence-based to an extent, and they start making like people in Da Nang that come into Da Nang or come in from Lao Bao or come into the Da Nang International Airport that have more than 6 months of continuous visa running are not allowed back in, they're not going to tax anybody. They don't have these rules. Look, I think Travis just did a video like, a week ago about how he flew to Bangkok and immediately got back on the airplane and went back to Vietnam. You can't do this anywhere else. Actually doesn't, he has a second channel, hold on. What is this? Beacons AI. Yeah, a little shout out to his community, I guess. I thought he had a second channel. I swear he did. Hold on. Hold on. Because it's only got like 500 subs. It's like a new channel he made. Yeah, here it is. So he recently did this video where, and nothing against him. This isn't, I actually like Travis. I think he's an awesome dude. I love that he gives out good information. He's a fellow American. I respect that. He's from the shithole of Chicago, but he's in the good area, so he lived a good life, right? Nothing against this guy. But what he's doing is getting pretty pushed against. But when it comes to like the taxation, there's no way to stop him. There's no laws that will stop Travis. Thailand might stop. I've heard, this is just insight from a friend of mine. She works in the police out here in Cambodia. She's an immigration police officer. She told me that what's been happening in the Saigon-Mok Bai border is people are starting to get ticks on their passport from the Cambodian side, not the Vietnam side, the Cambodian side. Meaning, if a foreigner crosses into Cambodia, yeah, are we back? Hold on, are we back? Back. Yeah, we're back. So the point being, I don't know how much I got kicked out. Why does it keep beeping? Yeah, so when I was in Thailand, I got pulled aside by immigration asking why I was doing a visa run. I was 4 months on a tourist visa that year, and I had like a 3-month B visa, which is like a work visa, right? And Cambodia is starting to take note of people that are consistently going to Cambodia and leaving same day. Despite what people, because I always thought this. I honestly always thought this. People that do the Lind visa, it's awesome for Laos, right? All these people go into Laos, do a visa run, and get the fuck out, right? They're just renewing their Vietnam one. It actually is bad for Laos. Sure, it's instant money, but it destroys the tourism numbers internationally because they got to report this shit. They're like, hey, we had this month, hypothetically, making these numbers up, we had 10,000 new tourists this month. And our total net gross money was 1.2 billion. They're going to be like, that's really low. Oh, yeah, because 4,000, 5,000 of these tourists were visa runners. You see how that really offsets tourism. That makes it look bad internationally. They don't get onto any tourist magazines. They don't get recommended by Booking.com as a hotspot, right? Cambodia knows this shit because Cambodia is starting to get a lot of visa runners. It's actually ramped up over the last 3 months, massively ramped up. So Cambodia is starting to backtrack on this. And if Cambodia cuts out, Thailand is already pushing back on this shit. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, what are we down to? Like Malaysia? And again, think about it. When you do visa runs for like a year, I know people are like, why don't you explore the rest of Asia? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. You can only fly to so many countries. Like, how much does he pay to do this visa run? How much did this cost him to do? Because you got to think, like, Lind Visa is like Jason. I saw Jason here. How much was a visa run? Was it like 200, 150 bucks for a Lind Visa? So right here. Let's bring up the calculator. 202 plus 40 plus 20 plus 85 plus 25. He spent $372 to do a visa run. $372. Times that by 4. He's going to spend $1,500 a year doing visa runs. Bruh. That's retarded. Go back home, man. 3.9. So that's like 170, 160. Coconut. Hey, Coconut Man, what's up, man? 180, okay. Common reporting standard is not separate tax, but yeah, bro. Anytime people combine the idea of America and Vietnam in any tax or related stuff, I can't follow you, man, because it doesn't make sense. The only thing Vietnam does that works with America is they do the actual tax form when you open a bank account. And if you open an investor visa, you have to do a 1098 or whatever it's called. And if you do an investor visa, they make you set up a self-employed American tax thing. That's the only thing they follow by American law, and it's an IRS thing. This is why when I see the idiots like Evan saying, oh, if you're American, just sell everything, move Vietnam. There's this special Obama tax. Like, Evan is a retard. Do not take advice from Evan. He's from fucking Canada. He did so good in Canada that he got fired from every job and then moved to Vietnam and married somebody from a third world country so he could afford to survive. That's not who you don't ask your dentist how to fix a car. I'm not going to ask some dude that's struggling or doing good in a third world country how to do good in the West. I'm sorry. You don't take investing advice from some dude living check to check off YouTube views. I'm sorry, bro. A lot of these people, man. But yeah. 385 to do a visa run is nuts. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't think Vietnam really has to cut back on a lot of this shit because Cambodia is pushing back. Laos not. I have heard nothing. I also don't know really anybody in Laos besides retired people that are not lawyers or police. But I know Thailand has already pushed back. Cambodia is, I can officially say they are, but take it with a grain of salt. They're not pushing back. They're just taking notes. Like, okay, this guy Bob has done this 6 times in the last 2 years. Right? It's destroying. You gotta understand, tourism in Asia is getting bad. Thailand's numbers are down. Vietnam's numbers are down. Laos numbers have never really been up to go down. Cambodia's numbers are starting to go down. So when they got a bunch of people visa running consistently, and it's all coming from Vietnam, these countries are going to start being like, you know what, go fuck yourselves, guys. And another thing to be aware of, Cambodia and Thailand do not like Vietnam. They despise the current government administration. They do not agree with Vietnam's government. They have been deporting Vietnamese from Cambodia at mass numbers this last quarter. Thailand is making their H-1B visa, their version of H-1B. They're making it very hard for Vietnamese to go to Thailand to work. Malaysia passed a law back in November that makes it almost impossible for Vietnamese to go to Malaysia to get a work permit. Japan is starting to deport Vietnamese for crimes, breaking and enterings. There was an ending of a life. A Japanese teacher got her head chopped by a Vietnamese dude to rob her for $90 or some shit. People are taking note of Vietnam. And then when now you got visa runners fucking with them? Come on, man. I love these, bro. South Korea knows how to do it. Going back to Tony. Do you get in trouble in Vietnam if you follow people? If you are Vietnamese living in Vietnam and you follow this person, you will end up in jail. She is a threat to democracy, according to Vietnam. If you follow this lady, do not watch these videos. Do not tell your Vietnamese friends about these videos. If you are watching this live stream right now, hit the mute button. This will literally ruin your life. You could be a foreigner watching this at a bar or movie event, and if somebody sees it, they will call the police on you so fucking fast. It will be whiplash. Don't. So yeah, for Vietnamese, that will ruin their lives. So yeah, to you, Tony, yeah. If you follow certain people, it's over, bro. It's over. Anyways, back to the boobs. What is this? Yeah, this guy makes a good amount of money, man. Good on, and again, I like Travis. Good on him. I don't know what he's teaching people in here, though. You can't relocate to Da Nang. You can't visa run that. I mean, it's not hard. His YouTube videos negotiate it. This is getting very hard in Vietnam. To negotiate a rental contract in Vietnam is getting difficult. Most Vietnamese now in Da Nang won't go past 3 months anymore. Like, and when I say that, meaning if you did like a 1-year contract for a condo, they'd give you a pretty nice discount. They don't do that no more. It's very hard. Local recommendations. Most restaurants don't last more than 75, 80 days in Vietnam. So him recommending something means he's got to update this list like every other month. And again, I love Travis, man. He's a great dude. But I'm sure this community is probably toxic. Dude, why is it so dirty here? Yeah. Hey, if you don't like it, leave, asshole. Why don't you go back to America? You know, like that. I'm sure it's not that bad, but. Yeah, see, I like how he put right here, no Facebook group energy. Because that's most of Vietnam is. Like the expect. It's so negative, dude. What is this? Beacon's AI. Hello. You got a sponsor video for nothing? But yeah, I wish them the best, man. Why Vietnamese? Yeah, so like the street vendors, they're just taxing the living shit out of them. Why? You really think Tom is that great? Mr. One Person controls it all? Watch this comment get deleted. Travis, why are you promoting shit that don't work? Or my internet sucks, I don't know. Anyways, what's cracking in here? Did I miss something? No. Yeah, it's starting to get dead in here with this. Like, this is retarded. I sold everything and found my life in Vietnam. I hope he married this girl. I hope she's
So in America, I
Vietnamese.
was making very good money. I was averaging between activities and things that will build amazing memories and experiences for you.
Ooh, she's not. I was thinking she might be Vietnamese. So he sold everything to do visa runs. Yeah, like, look again. I know I sound negative, but look at all this hope. I'm gonna do this soon. Yeah. Like, this is, I make 30K a month and I want to retire. Like, you can't. Yeah, in America, you can retire. Yeah. What is this, like a liberal? I meet a lot of people that hate America, but they just like, they have like Trump disorder. Like, I don't even, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not really a fan of Trump over this past year. I wish he, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the international stuff is questionable. I think the Middle East, like, here's a hot take. I think the Middle East should just deal with their Islamic problem. You know, I think it was like a week ago, Iran started launching rockets at UAE and Dubai oilers. So America came in to help the UAE. I think they should just deal with it themselves. Fuck off. America produces enough raw crude oil to suffice itself. Stop selling it to Canada. Canada can figure out their own fucking oil. Done. Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, imagine if America stopped helping Taiwan, stopped helping the Philippines, stopped helping defend Vietnam, because America defends Vietnam more than people understand. The Navy? You know how fast China would just like uproar the fucking entire continent if they could? The only thing stopping China from just taking over all of Asia by force, Taiwan, Vietnam, Philippines, is because of America. Seriously. And we can joke about how useless the country's military is, but I'm sure if America was gone, the CCP could rally up 700,000 Chinese people, regardless of age, and say, we're fucking going. We're all marching to Vietnam. We're all marching to Cambodia. They'll do it. Yeah, this guy's fucked. Redefine the system. Imagine saying you're redefining success, moving to a third world country. I just moved to Cuba, guys. My new success is making $600 a month. Stop it, dude. Quality of life sucks ass. Visa. I'm curious, what about his visa there? Like, this is a big thing about it, like the visa situation. Yeah, so him and his wife are gonna live on visa runs.
You clear out a 2-bedroom apartment and then digital nomad life. But I met
Yeah, she's not Vietnamese. So they're both doing this. Unless you want to do some of that like Larry Wheel shit and like cuck on a Vietnamese girl. You know? I don't get it. The hunt for a Nigerian drug cartel in Thailand. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, see, stuff like this. Nothing against Indian people, just the visa run is an issue. This is what a lot of Vietnamese are complaining about. A lot of Vingroup, they're just replicating France and Europe. #1 Vietnamese football player, South American. The only reason Vietnam's football team is any good is because a third of their all-star team are South Americans. Let that sink in. Look at the screen. Number 10, not Vietnamese. Number 18, not Vietnamese. This guy looks Chinese right here. And I get it. I mean, America is like Wasn't America like a lot of like Africans or something like that? Like literally Nigerian football players. But I mean, America's a diverse culture. Yeah, like they got a ginger on their team. He's not Vietnamese, bro. That's crazy. I always find this funny. Vietnam cannot beat China. They cannot win the World Cup. But they celebrate when they beat like teams that are useless. It's weird to me. David's a hater. Is this China? Like they make a mockery of their own military. Look at that! Look at that band. That looks like the South Vietnamese flag before the war. Oh, this is like their. I don't know. In the Navy, we have like the. We have like a band. Like it's a. What do you call it in the enlisted Navy? Like ranks or something like that. But they have a rank where you're literally just like a trumpet player. That's your service in the Navy. Maybe that's what that was. Yeah, this is like. This guy's gonna be doing visa runs, bro.
These people were pulling a scam here, brother. They're asking for 500 at Vietnam immigration, asking for 500 bribe. Pulled out of it. I'll go and see how much they ask for at Laos immigration.
Oh wow! So I didn't know that. Doing a visa run in Laos, they're still trying to bribe people.
These kids are giving. Oh, what's the name? Such cute kids here, and this is the owner. How old are you?
She looked confused. Is this like Indian or some shit? I can't read any of this. That's funny though. He got the immigration wanted him to pay like $20.
Is risk-free if you own the land.
Homestay. The vlogger shares his experience in wooden homestay in Vietnam. Blah blah. Oh, so he just left Vietnam to go to Laos. So he wasn't even doing a visa run. I thought he was doing a visa run. So he was just going to Laos, and Vietnam was still trying to screw him over. It's like, thanks for coming to our country. Go fuck yourself. That's actually funny. That's what they do, though. Vietnam just sells sex. Yeah, they're still doing these. Like, these aren't what rural girls look like. I'm sorry. Like, pretty rural girls are typically richer families. Or if you'd be like, what the fuck was that? Is that like adult content? Jesus. Real Vietnam.
If you know Vietnam food is old.
The English in Vietnam is so bad. Yeah, this is what Vietnamese do all fucking day. Jace, you know this. Who else has been here? Tony, nah, maybe you weren't in like Vietnamese houses. They just watch random vloggers playing, well, not vloggers, like gamers playing like stupid dumb games. And this TV will be on for like 15 hours a day playing the same crap all day until they start doing karaoke. That's funny. Taking selfies. Oh, look at little Keo. Oh. Like she just looks at the camera. Remember, boys, American women are superficial. Yeah, this is pretty normal too.
Sometimes I think that even as a young.
Yeah, like this is what happens all day. You just sleep. Like there's no, and this isn't against them per se. There's just nothing to do outside of the main city for you. You're either a farmer, like all this Chinese wood, this is like for rich people. So this isn't like a normal poor family in the village area. Poor people don't have this shit, especially not a full set of, like when you got like the pagan stand where you pray to dead people, People usually don't have that. Like they'll have the chairs at best, and those things are like they don't even use them. Yeah, see, still got that fucking TV on. Yep. That's what a lot of kitchens and restaurants are. I know I sound negative. I don't mean to be. Vietnam's a great country to visit, but there's so much that is just missed. Like even her dental, like this is another problem with Vietnam is that they don't have access to healthcare. Like her teeth are like out of control. Yeah, like she has teeth all over the place. Again, no hate. I'm just saying, like a lot of people can't look at that fridge, bro. It's like rusted mold. But a lot of people can't afford the healthcare to, get done what they need to get done. Yeah, it's just processed food and leftovers. But I mean, to be fair, Vietnamese, look at the knife is rusted and they use it to cut food. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Never. I bet all the comments like, oh, you're so beautiful. Can I send you money? Please tell me you're 18. See, here we go. The simpage. It was impressive. Dedicate. I bet her I'm being an asshole. I bet her grandfather just sings karaoke and smokes all day. Oh, Jesus. Like the sippage is so fucking insane. Another touching video. It blows my mind how desperate people are to like talk to one of these girls, bro. But you know what's crazy is, I like this guy, is you see a lot of these expats, they marry some disgusting looking girls, bro. They'll be handsome dudes. In the West, they're handsome, average-looking dudes, right? But they come to Vietnam and they marry a chick that looked like a VinFast car hit her 38 times. And yeah, it's just weird to me. I'm interested to meet in Vietnam. Like this guy is just trying to like, dude, he thinks this is Tinder. Yeah, these comments are nuts, bro. That's crazy, dude. If you saw this girl in the West, like America or something like that, and you saw some guy saying all this shit in their comment section, we would call the police because she looks 16. It's just weird. Again, not Vietnamese. The brutal truth about dating. What is this shit? Oh, this is Homeboys videos. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like they sit on hammocks, look at their phone for like if you like here's a fun test. If you guys are dating or married to a Vietnamese, look at your wife's or your mother-in-law's phone and go to the screen time for the last week. It's brain rot, dude. Like in America, they're starting to make rules to like reduce this shit. This guy is like getting desperate. Like it's weird because I think this guy makes enough money to not care about like finances, but he just like does like Evan shit. Like he just keeps doing videos randomly, and her voice confuses me. Is it AI? When she talks, I'm confused. Hold on.
Every year, we have soft landing retirements in Vietnam, and we go there practically every year.
Like somebody explain to me what I'm listening to, and why does she have bruises on her arm? But yeah, I don't understand the voice.
Soft landing retirements in Vietnam, and we go there practically.
Oh, baby, fuck me more. You should see me when I'm at a bar. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. Somebody sent me his video like a couple years ago because he did a video about like retiring in Da Nang, and I was like, "You can't retire in Da Nang," and the guy told me to shut up. I remember this like years ago. All these people tell me to go fuck myself because I disprove what they say. It's kind of funny to me. Yep, death by brainwashing TV. Yes, sir. Kids watch shite TV while mom lays in the hammock scrolling through TikTok for hours on end. It's like days on end. The mother and father-in-law do the same. But usually the father-in-law is a little better about it. He just smokes in the house all day and then does karaoke at like 1:30 because that's when he starts getting drunk. This is very common in village areas, bro. Very common. Yeah, I'm confused by the voice.
Yeah. We are in Hua Hin right now in Thailand. Hua Hin have become a
She's Malaysian. I've heard Malaysians though. They don't sound like this.
soft landing since we last were here 5 years.
I was in Malaysia for like almost 9 months combined. I've met Muslims, Muslim women, Arab women, Malaysian women, Chinese women. They never sounded like that. I'm confused. I'm actually, is that the, am I missing something? Dang. Yeah, never date a Muslim woman. Like, and I say that in respect. If you're going to be a Malaysian, you date a Muslim woman, you have to be careful, bro. Because the family's going to expect a lot of shit. Like, I just want to hear one. There we go. I just want to hear them talk.
She got a beautiful smile.
Like, this is like, let me be a fucking Umar for a second. Let me be some dawa for you guys. This is haram, what she's doing right now.
Hello, George.
The fact that she has a friend that's not Muslim is already haram again. 2 harams.
He broke up with me.
Oh, that's a shame. What did you do?
He cheated on me.
He broke up with you. Oh man, that's a double one.
That sounds like normal. That's actually part of the Baroto, I think it's called. I think it's like book 60 or 60. It's in the 60s, I believe it is. But you can marry in the faith to a woman, pay her a fee, boom, 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 and then divorce the next day. And it's like, it's not haram. This is haram. She should not be allowed around her. Her hair is also sticking out.
This is me, some people.
Malaysia, I feel it's different from other country, I would say, because
Yeah, the point being though, she sounds Asian.
I don't mind.
So
Why is she buying Gucci?
see him again. Oh wow. That's it.
I mean, like the facial structure, the head.
Oh, the young version of it.
Yes, the young version.
Oh, okay.
John Bon Jovi, the younger version.
Yeah, like they all sound Asian, man. Coconut, help me out, bro.
Yes, exactly. Today, Chung and I are exact. Since we last were here 5 years.
Maybe she used to smoke, or she does smoke. I don't know. Hold on. I'm gonna remove the screen for a second. I'm curious about something.
What is up, Zeke? This? Use the glasses. Yes, man. What's wrong with my face? Well, you got a lot of dark spots there, man. You gotta do something about it, man. I think you're a little tired. My producer said the same thing. He said I should use this in order to boost my confidence.
Hold on.
It's brighter. Well, my skin looks really bright and in dull.
Yeah, I would say there's a similarity going on here. Yeah, I don't know. The real Mr. Mountain. What's up, man? You know, I had a guy in here named Stefan yesterday that like wrote me a fucking book on how to date in Asia. I think he borrowed it from GPT. But he came into the live stream yesterday and called me a broke loser or something like that. It was like, oh, I love you people. I love you all. Hold on, just for shits, somebody sent me this like a couple of days ago. It was actually a friend, ironically, in Malaysia. Let me find those images real quick. Because we're talking about dating, right? Hold on. This is gonna get me in fucking trouble, but you know what? I don't give a shit. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't like you because wait, what? I don't like you either. I'm sad. Kids watch, blah, blah, she's Malaysian. I don't like you because although you only have a very small following, you are the only one voice calling out their grips. Oh, they don't like you. Yeah. You know, one of my friends in Hanoi, so this is not French. He's European though, but he's European, German. Fuck, how did I mix that up? He's German Vietnamese. He actually worked in the Ministry of Finance with me for a while. There's quite a few that work in there that are big Q, so don't try to go find them. But he knew about my YouTube channel. He told me that shit too. He was like, David, you're just a dream killer. We watch these other YouTubers in Vietnam and they sell this dream. Cheap food, easy retirement. The women are traditional. Everything's convenient. Everything's close. They have delivery because America never had Uber Eats, right? Like they sell a fantasy and then I'm like, bro, you retarded? Like, it's just weird to me, man. Like, when I lived in Hanoi, I met a lot of people from Algeria and Pakistan that told me Vietnam and Hanoi was a little better than Pakistan or a little better than Algeria. These are very Islamic poor countries. And they're like, you know, it seems more cleaner in Hanoi, but it's kind of the same shit. But yeah, like a lot of my Vietnamese friends, especially him, he used to call me a dream killer. He's like, David, you want to get famous on YouTube, just fucking lie, bro. Just make shit up. Oh no. Whatever this GoPro video camera shows up, we'll start doing Cambodia stuff. I'm liking it in Cambodia. I think my problem in Cambodia is I just don't like all these like liberals out here. There's so many like anti-Western people out here that are Western. And it's not like they're like, oh, I don't like Canada, so I came here and that's the end of the conversation. No, dude, they sit down and lecture you. I had a dude trying to tell me like 2 weeks ago how Turkey is a more free nation than America. This is why Turkish people are in Cambodia. I was like, wouldn't you be in Turkey? Because I don't know if any of you guys know, majority of Turkish people abroad are in Thailand and Cambodia to get away from Turkey. Oh no, it's amazing there. America's bad. It's so weird. There's so many of these like weird liberals out here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with all this voice acting here. Actually, I hate when people start a conversation with actually. Actually, I agree with your strategy of splitting time between Vietnam and Thailand. We split ooh. Yeah. Hanoi is a real Hua Hin. How are you say it? Hua Hin? It's a really nice area. I've never personally been there. I've had friends send me videos stuff about it. I see the demographic of it. It seems like a nice spot. It's a good mix of like retirees and Thai people. Yeah, I don't know. I think moving abroad is awesome, man. You can really make your dollar stretch. I get it, but wait, did they auto dub her voice? Is that what's going? Does she not speak English? Who is auto dubbed?
Exactly.
Who is auto dubbed? Her?
For hints for steak, is about 6.
Wait. Does she not speak English? Why does it say something's auto dubbed? Who's auto dubbed? How this was made?
US dollar.
When people show a half fixed, like look how small that steak is, and it's like 10% fat in a shitty salad.
It's inside the grocery dining.
$6, bro. Damn. Because I know Applebee's is like $10 to $12. Steak's like double though. Sometimes they give you a beer too.
You can.
You know, I'm starting to think that America, Canada, New Zealand, and shit like that is becoming cheaper than like Southeast Asia. A lot of these tourist areas are really starting to rack up the prices. Like that's something. Like I tell you guys this firsthand. Phnom Penh, Siem Reap, in Kampot, the tourist areas for like foreigners, is honestly, I think it costs the same as like living in Florida. Like these, and I had some friends visit me about a month and a half ago from Vietnam. They came here, and two of them were Westerners and 4 of them were Vietnamese, right? They did not like Kampot because they felt like all the foreign restaurants were just robbing everybody. Like to get a beer out here is like $1.25 to $1.50. You get a basic pizza is like $5 to $7. Like it's kind of expensive for being a third world country. But here's the thing, when you get out of that area, you just go to Cambodia side, the prices are cut down by like 80% sometimes. It's actually fucking insane. So I don't really know, but Hua Hin, I heard is kind of expensive because I lived in Rayon for like 6.5, 7 months, and there's a lot of retirees out there. And I would put it on par with like, I'm trying to think of something popular you guys would know that I've lived. Like San Diego, like Chula Vista or some shit like that, like right outside San Diego city area. I would compare it to. I'd compare it to Vancouver, Washington. I'd compare it to Lauderdale, Florida. I would compare it to Chicago. So, like to move to Asia, you're kind of paying the same, but giving up a lot of benefits, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be mean about it. I mean, these are awesome tourist joints, bro, but...
And rock, live, and...
Is that her? Okay, bro, I got a question. Oh, the real one, baby. All right. Sorry, I had to walk away. Yeah, my chair broke a couple days ago. Dude, you can lean back on this motherfucker. I bought like 6 of these, right? But my neighbor's like, so I ended up giving it. But you can lean back on it, right? And one day I was like, and it just popped. But the guy that sold them, he doesn't have any, so I gotta wait like 2 weeks now. Hey, what are we talking about?
And DJ'd and techno.
We're getting off this video. I can't do this no more, bro. I'm gonna get in trouble. I like this guy, but man, he's got a lot of issues. The Hanoi truth. No money, no honey. I'm so tired of that phrase. Like this guy used to always say loser back home, which is retarded because he's a loser back home. Like when he left Vietnam the first time, went back home, he went back to his country, Canada, he had to live with his parents. Isn't that a loser back home? Stop it. Oh no, I like him though. He reminds me of a lot of friends I grew up with in America growing up. Because again, I grew up in a Vietnamese, Chinese kind of mixed family. And he reminds me of a lot of my friends. Really, he seems like a really cool dude. But there's definitely, as he's gotten older, things have not clicked. I don't know. Hanoi is a shithole. I'm sorry, dude. Hanoi is a shithole. Anybody saying otherwise is selling your dreams. Remember this guy, like, Will Travel and Evan sold him on a fantasy? Like, he doesn't even do videos no more. Yeah, like, he disappeared. I don't know. I remember he, like, no. I remember he was saying something like, this army guy is disgusting looking. Imagine looking like that. But, David, why are you so mean, bro? People insult me. I push back. What are these? I'm going to tell you a story. By the Lord, probably. Oh, yeah. Go to hell, all women. Yeah, this is kill all the Christians. That's a different subject. Yeah, I find it interesting. But I heard he did a video a long time back, like a month or two back, saying he was going to get an investor visa. And then somebody sent me a video he did on some other platform with a younger girl, I guess. So it sounds like he might have realized that because he talked about getting a student visa. You can't get a student visa in Vietnam if you're over the age of 28, 29 and you're a foreigner. They just don't accept you. Like, what are you going to do? Go to a university to learn Vietnamese? They're going to require you. And I've talked to people in Da Nang universities about this, about the whole visa exchange program. when I said, what do you think about somebody coming to your university on a scholarship to get like a student visa? That's 30 years old. I didn't even mention if they were American, Canadian, or anything. I just said 30. They're like, no, we don't take them that old. And it was crazy because she's like, sometimes we have to allow people to come by. Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm talking about Americans. She was talking about Asian people, like Laotians, Lao people or Cambodians. And she's like, fuck no, it's too old, right? When I said like Americans, white people, black people, she was like, what are they gonna do? They don't speak the language, huh? And if they do, our degrees have no value in the West. You get a bachelor's degree in Vietnam and you take it to America, they're gonna laugh at you. They're like, what the fuck is this crap? Go get a GED, you loser, right? Like, there's no value. But if you're over the age of like 35, bro, they're gonna laugh you out the building. Vietnam government knows about the visa, the immigration, the student visa scam. This was a big thing that was going on back in like 2000, like 2022, 2023. And you guys can ask your favorite lawyer that makes up shit, this stuff. Maybe we'll finally be honest. But this was a big thing the government was pushing back on, and they started venting student visas hard. So if you're over the age of like 28, 29, they might require you to pay for the 4 years upfront to the school with a receipt, pay for your rent for the next 2 years or some shit like that. Like, because they know people use it to avoid visa runs. And if you do this, what are you going to take? Vietnamese language? That's only an 18-month program in most universities in Vietnam. So you can't do that. Then you talk about an investor visa. Anybody, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm no fucking lawyer, but I know more than your favorite lawyer in Vietnam. It's already been proven. If you are trying to start a business in Vietnam where you're consulting people, it's most likely going to get audited by the 12th month. You'll probably get, you'll start getting forced down on taxes, like shakedown, or they will just revoke your investor visa. Think about it. Travis makes, he's gonna be making like $5,000 to $10,000 a month off this thing. If he tried to open a DT4 investor visa, they would start taxing the fuck out of him. No, you got to claim this shit to your business, bro. He has to, unless he like divides it. Like, there's ways around all that. The point being, though, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But yeah, that doesn't work. But somebody sent me a video of this guy sometime back. He's with some younger girl. So maybe he's trying to get married to get a visa. He's trying to pull the Evan thing. It's fucking weird to me. Like, why are these old guys marrying young girls? KT, what have you been up to, man? Long time no see. Moving to Vietnam. I have multiple friends at TR season today. Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible, man. It's just getting hard. It's getting very hard. And it is a known potential immigration loophole. So we'll see how it goes. But think about it, man. Let's be real. You got 1,000. Let's be kind of realistic. You have like 200 random foreigners, and when I say foreigners, people from outside of Vietnam, being Laos, being Cambodian, being Chinese, being Australian, New Zealand, whatever, and they're all applying for these like student visas. The government's gonna be like, what are we doing? Also, these guys that have what are they doing? Language classes. That's fine. See, like, I would find that would be the best way to go. But what do they do after the school? Because most language classes don't last that long. Like, I can give you an example because these are friends of mine that tried to get certified by the Vietnam government to actually give out credits and give student visas. Hold on, let's go to YouTube. Because you got to understand, people are starting to have issues. It's been so long. But it's my boy. And also, what do you do after you like learn the language? You just marry your teacher, get a TRC for that? Trying to find it. Yeah, these guys. Let's go to a video. Any video. Because I want to show you, because I can't pull, I don't know if I can pull up the university right now. Oh, that's it, huh? I thought there was more to it. There it is. Let me try. Da Nang International School Language Programs. Like, we can look at it real quick. I'm actually kind of curious. Singapore International School. That's in Vung Tau as well. That's actually a pretty good school. The fuck? Oh, no. Did I put international? I did. Da Nang University, I'm sorry. International's for kids and shit. So I'm kind of curious what they offer. No, the taxing. This is something me and Tony talked about earlier today. How do they tax it? How do they tax a tourist? Travis, Evan? No, not Evan. Evan they can fuck with. But Will Travel, Enoch, Kevin, KT's married now. How do they track them? You can't, not track, how do you tax somebody on a tourist visa? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of tough. They could ban, because I know in the Philippines, they've restricted so where if you do a live vlog, like you're walking around, you can't have anybody in your videos, or you have to get a letter of consent from them. Thailand is starting to crack down on it. And a lot of this is because of people like Johnny Samoya. It's not like me walking around, hey guys, look, there's a fucking stand. It's the Johnny Samoyas, it's the Vital guys, it's the Jadions. It's these idiots that walk around and just make a fool out of themselves. And it completely undermines the country they're in. And this isn't like something Americans do or Australians. Like, I'm not pointing out countries. Because I see a lot of people call America a shitty country because of Johnny Samoya. I'm sorry, he does not represent 355 million people. He represents Chicago in a shitty day, right? Like, that's not a fair thing. But for them to tax them, it's going to be very hard. But if we look at this, like to kind of go back to the university thing, classes. If you're doing a link, just to kind of show you the idea, where's the, I thought, yeah, here it is. So this is like their curriculum per se. It only runs about 9 to 12 months. So if you're taking Vietnamese, because you would have to have, once you graduated the language side of it, you would have to like do something else. But you're also, you're obligated to school. Like, why would you want to be in a third world country university at the age of 43 or some shit? Like, I don't get it. And what are you gonna, that's just a waste of money. I think those people you're talking about, they're just avoiding immigration. I don't think they're seriously going to a Da Nang International School because they want to better their lives. You want to learn language, go to a street market, man. Xin chào, khỏe không? Bao nhiêu? Chốt tôi, tổ chơi. Learn these basic 6 sentences, walk into a market, and just talk. You will learn the language and like, I think, what is his name? Bentley, right? I love this. This is another YouTuber I like. I even give money on Patreon. He's an awesome dude. Big time Bentley, Vietnam. This guy, like, he takes language classes, but he's constantly out in town talking to people. He's speaking to people, right? Like, the language is not hard. Vietnamese language is not fucking hard. I don't care. I think English is harder for Vietnamese than Vietnamese is for English speakers. It's a night and day difference. It's not hard at all. But yeah, he speaks really good. Dustin. He recently just got married. Perfect Vietnamese. Not hard. Phuc Mop. He speaks, reads, and writes Vietnamese. Not hard. It's just fucking learn the language, bro. So yeah, I don't know. Like, what do you do with that? Like, after they graduate from the language, I mean, their next move is what? Take psychology? They're gonna stay in university until they're 65, like, just so they don't have to do a visa run? Like, you might as well just do what Don Johnson did and just marry some random girl after 4 weeks, and then move away and hide. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I can't speak shit, bro. I speak to China. Yeah, I don't know. I find that kind of weird to go to a university, and they're not big programs. But for the English side, learn how to say how much I give you, you give me. What is this? Where? That's it. And then start learning food. Okay, right? It's very simple. I'm so confused. That's fine, man. Sometimes people take a conversation and I say something, like you said something about 40-year-olds in university, because I said it's hard to get that visa. And you've turned it into you can't speak and I'm fluent. Like, you see where you're taking our conversation into, like, there's a goalpost right here, right? You're moving it consistently. Stop. We're talking about people getting visas into Vietnam under a university status. It's very challenging. It's not normal. Places like Da Nang, I wouldn't be surprised if they cut that down first, and then Saigon. Because I know a lot of people in Saigon that have them. Like, well, I don't know them personally, but you see a lot of it on Facebook. And most of these people are at the University of Finance and shit like that, and they're just learning Vietnamese. These are classes that Cambodian people and Lao people take, Thai people take these, so they can learn the language, so they can transfer over to, like, finance degrees and shit like that. Because a Vietnamese university degree has way more value in Cambodia and Laos than it would in, like, America, right? But if they're just, like, it doesn't make sense to me, bro. You're 40-some years old, you move to a third world country, you get a visa to go to a university to learn the language. To do what? Like, you have to have an end goal, right? Right? Yeah, I don't know. Vietnamese is a broken language, bro. You know most Vietnamese are illiterate, right? When you get out of Saigon, Hanoi, Da Nang, Hoi An, and this, most Vietnamese cannot read. They're still stuck in the Chinese era, like the Way, right? The old town Chinese writing. A lot of them didn't learn Vietnamese, like how to read and write it correctly. A lot of, like, you'll see signs written in Vietnamese in the farmhouse that is completely fucked up in grammar. It's not abnormal. When you get to places like outside of Saigon, you'll get a lot of Vietnamese that speak, like, we call it Saigonese. It's not really proper Vietnamese. Like, Vietnam's an interesting country, man. And they also have technically 4 dialects. They have South, North, Central, and then you have the West side. Which, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of mixed in with the Laotians or the Lao side. So I don't know. But I don't know. Vietnamese is a broken language by definition. It's also not a hard language. They use alphabet, like Latin letters, so it's easy to, like, read and comprehend. You just got to learn all the signals, the sound markers, and you're good to go. But honestly, you just go out in town. It's the easiest way. That's how every one of these people learn Vietnamese. It's not because they dated somebody or they went to a university. Just go out in town, go talk to a market lady. So I don't know. I find Vietnamese language kind of stressful, though. They be talking to you about how the weather is and they yelling. It's very weird sometimes. Yeah, that is interesting, though. To go to Vietnam to get it, language degree at such an older age. What is all this? I want to be funny. Yet they always lose to China 0-3. I want to be an asshole. Get the Vietnamese on this one. That's something about football in Vietnam. If you mention China, they get angry as fuck. Because they always lose to China every time. 0-3. It's happened like the last, like, 2 or 3 games now. It's weird too. Like, I'm not making fun of them. It's just it's kind of funny. They always beat every team because half their team is like South American. But they can't beat China. Where'd that go? Where did that go? This is a lot of the farm factories off Fontiet. Like they're all Chinese ran. If I'm not mistaken, a big portion of exporting of like a lot of farms in Vietnam are owned by the government. They're owned by the Chinese. Yeah, this is a lot of them. There's something like 19 farms from Fontiet up to or down to Saigon, and they're all Chinese owned, like every one of them. And a lot of this food gets exported back to China, and they hire Chinese farmers. Very interesting. You guys like VidFast, right? Another exciting day near Da Nang. I'm just looking at some images real quick. Give me a second. I'm trying to find the thing. Give me a sec. Remember the gun shooting? Gun violence in Vietnam. Where did it go? Give me a sec. Let me make this bigger. Maybe I'm getting old. I can't see. You guys remember this guy? Is he still telling people they can teach in Vietnam with no degree? He was doing those videos like early this year. Oh, where'd it go? No. You guys remember, hold on. Give me a sec. You guys remember the guy in Da Nang that robbed the store, the P&J, right? Remember this shit? I bet you don't because they don't talk about it. This was Vietnamese robbing Vietcom Bank. This was actually recent too. He has and I want you to pay attention to something. There's two guys in here. This guy has a gun. Vietcom Bank is not in America, people. He has a gun. The other guy doesn't. He has like a stick. They're robbing a bank in Vietnam. I believe this is Saigon, yeah. January 19, 2026. So yeah, this year. 3:30. Remember when the American, and I don't agree with him. He should not have come to Vietnam and robbed a silver shop because he got no money out of it and went to jail. But people demanded he got hung. America's evil. Foreigners are destroying Vietnam. This got silenced, and it was on Reddit for like 5 days, I think it was, and almost all the comments were laughing. Must be Tet. Must be inflation. It's like, they're robbing a bank with a gun in the Republic of Vietnam. This is a government military bank. This is not a normal bank. This is what the military branch uses. This is not a normal, this isn't fucking HSBC. This is a serious bank.
Rồi lấy cốc tiền 5 xị cái đúng không? Lấy mấy cốc tiền 5 xị sách em để trên bàn đúng không?
Yeah, like the security guard's just walking around, man. What do we do here, guys? This guy's the other robber. This guy's robbing the bank. The security guy's just like, what are we doing? Like, just like you're thinking about, I'm thinking about mafia movies, like bank robberies in America. This dude would have a bullet in his calf right now, or he'd be hogtied, right?
Mấy lúc kia ra ngoài vậy?
Like he's just dumping over there.
Lúc này lên thằng lái hả? Hai thằng bắn súng một thằng.
Everyone's just running out, chilling. Notice the police still aren't here. This lady still is chilling back there. Probably logging out of her TikTok account. And off they go. Now they did get caught pretty fast, actually. But I just find it interesting that that type of stuff happens and it just gets like laughed at. But when a foreigner gets too drunk and kicks a coffee shop in, it's like all hell breaks loose. We should crucify foreigners. It's such a weird thing. Here's Hanoi. This is actually when I lived there. This is outside of my condo. This is back in what year is this? 26? So 2024-ish, 2025. Beautiful day. VidFast graveyards. It's always an interesting story. What is this? Oh. I had to get my driver's license renewed. Expires. You speak Vietnamese, right? What's that say? That's my A2? I think it's my A2 license. Yeah. The A2 license in Vietnam is a bitch to get to. Takes a long time. Like you think you just learn how to drive like a bike over 175cc and then you go. No, you gotta take all these tests and do these weird driving, like I'm talking paper tests. This is a house getting robbed. This is actually pretty normal in Vietnam right now. This is recent. Jesus. Oh, here we go. English translation of this. So vehicles parked in front of your yard is the keystone. Be careful. Vehicles parked in an alley, even if it's locked, be careful. Vehicles parked with no one watching them, be careful. Homes located deep and quiet alleys with few people around, be careful. All these can become targets for thieves. Everyone please increase your awareness and stay aware. Chinese New Year is approaching, which is almost the time to become more. This was this year too. But Vietnamese were getting robbed in Phan Thiet and La Di all over the place. So they started warning each other. I think these are fun. To kind of like see what's going on. This is what Vietnamese deal with, right? When they banned karaoke, people started attacking the government. Why don't you turn off these fucking speakers then? They all got in trouble. Zalo's privacy. Privacy. You guys read that. Why does VNG have control of Zalo's privacy app? So all your information is being sent to VNG. If you don't know what that is, Google it. That's Zalo too. It's actually kind of crazy. This is out in, this is Cambodia. Like, I think it was like February or March this year. Chinese and Vietnamese go out from Cambodia now. Vietnamese are notorious for trafficking people into their country for like factory jobs. Hey, everybody's favorite. This was after July 1st. A lot of people were shutting their business down because of tax laws. The government was pretty much robbing people. Here's the checking your. Yeah, this was the verification. So even Vietnamese were getting harassed by police, verifying that they could even live there. So if you had your uncle visit you for a couple of days and the police showed up, they would actually kick them out and fine you. It's like 5 or 10 million VND. This is a Vietnamese that was illegally in America, got deported for raping a 10-year-old. This is a Vietnamese that had a visa that expired in 2015. He was caught in, I believe, Florida's airport. This is, oh, Las Vegas. This is back July, so like about a month ago. Typical sleeper buses. Isn't this shit fun? I bet Evan's not doing a video about this. But I mean, it's not bad. I mean, just as long as you're prepared, you're safe, you understand what's going on, you take the proper precautions. Who cares? Vietnam's a great country, man. It really is. But there is a lot of things going on. Have we finished everything? What else is there? What is this? Ah, it's our boy K2. What is he talking about? How much money you really need before moving to Vietnam? I always like the comments, like on people's videos, because nobody comments on mine, so I got to read theirs. David, you're such a loser. No, you don't notarize documents anymore. Vietnam actually doesn't accept notarization. They're part of this new group. It's part of the ASEAN thing. But it's actually easier to get your shit done now, which is awesome. But just flat out notarize, they don't accept that. Looks like your last year's model. Keep spamming emotes. Okay. Interesting. I always find it like I'm not really looking at the video content too much, so take this with a grain of salt. But I find a lot of YouTubers just Google shit or use AI, and then they read what AI tells them about Vietnam's process or laws, and then they just like regurgitate it. And a lot of it's not accurate. No, you should have like 5,000. The thing about international hospitals is they are kind of, they're cheaper than the West, but they are still kind of expensive if you're doing something a little more serious. For comfortable, smart, no, fuck no. This is stupid. If you, okay, let me verify this. Let me clarify this. If you sell everything back in your own country and come to Vietnam and all you have is $7,000 to $10,000, you are fucked. Because you don't have anything to go back to. So when you go back to America or Canada or wherever you're from, you're probably going to need $3,000 to $5,000 to reestablish yourself because you've sold everything. You sold your car, your house, everything. So you should definitely, you're going to want to have like 5,000 of health insurance, like money for your health insurance, put into a savings account that has like varying interest on it, but you can take it out at any point. And then have probably like, I'd honestly say like nowadays, like 30,000. I know that sounds crazy, but Vietnam is not that cheap. I mean, if you think about it, what do a lot of these dorks say? How to live on like $1,200 a month. So 1,200 times 12, right? That's 1,400 a month. So 15,000 a month, right? So Kevin said $7,000 to $10,000. So he's only set you up to be okay for 3 to 6 months, which is not good. Your first 2 months, you're going to spend a lot more than you expect. You're going to have deposits. You're probably going to want to buy a bike or some shit. You're going to be confused. You're going to be exploring. You're going to act like a tourist. You're going to be doing tourist shit. You probably won't live in the same city. You might actually move. So that's a consideration to have too. There's a lot about it. I would honestly say 30,000 is a good number to be at if you sell everything back home. If you just rent your house out and you put everything into like your family's house and you don't like just sell everything and leave, maybe 20, 25,000 because you have something to fall back on. But that extra like $5,000 to $10,000 makes a massive difference because you don't have anything to fall back on. If you have to go back to America and you've sold everything, how much does it cost to move into an apartment in Canada or America? It's probably going to be like $3,000 to $5,000 the first month, right? First month, maybe the last month, a deposit possibly, right? So there's a lot of things to consider. Packing all your shit, selling everything, and going there on 10,000 Hail Mary with $2,500 put aside for health is fucking ridiculous. That's actually stupid. That's that's not gonna go good for you guys. What are the other guys are? I know this guy always gets lost. Mr. Shang, I haven't seen him in a while. Mr. Shang looks sad. I would be too, talking to this guy. Oh, look, he turned into one of those people. Yeah, this guy's, I don't know, man. He always tries to insult me on other people's stuff, so I can't help but make fun of his gay videos. You know why he got invited into that? There's probably a reason for it. I want to fight. I want to fight. Did you guys see the, I was about to say midgets. Did you guys see, hold on, Island Boy fight? Did you guys see this? Give me a fast video, because this is only like a 2-second fight. This was ridiculous, Larry. I don't know if you guys said, it was kind of stupid, the whole thing. Larry Wheels lost in like 2 seconds because he ripped his bicep again. Don't take steroids. Yeah, this shit's funny.
He fought the crackhead Charles White and lost. He went on a 2v1 against woman and lost. Legendary.
Like it's like and I will preface though, this short guy, his bench is like 750 pounds. He's actually strong. But the fact that he got manhandled, or he manhandled some guy.
Give him that. Hit hard.
I'm an island boy. I'm a full-on hoe. For my other channel, right? Not for this channel. We're talking about travel here. Speaking of travel, what's up with Cambodia? Dude, I'll tell you, like, Cambodia, I'm starting to put videos together about it. But I really like it out here. Like, I'm thinking I hear a lot of people call this place Scambodia. I find that when it comes to corruption, it's actually not bad because it's like A to B. When it comes to like Vietnam, corruption's kind of like stupid. Phnom Penh is actually pretty unsafe. It's over expensive too. But I find that the only main problems I didn't know he was traveling again. Or is this who I think it is? Hold on. No, that's not who I thought of. I thought that was somebody else. Yeah, like the banking is a lot easier out here. The visa process is a lot easier. The dogs are way more controlled. Like Thailand, they're everywhere. Vietnam, they're everywhere. Thailand's bad with dogs. You got barking shit. The food's not bad. The food still has the same problem. The hygiene here is way better than Vietnam, but it's still an FDA manager from America would lose their mind out here on how unsafe the food is. So it does have issues. But I mean, overall, it's not bad. I think the biggest, like, some downfalls is it's just like way behind the rest of Asia and like innovation and like it's not easy to find like a normal road that's functional. When it rains, it floods everywhere out here. It's because there's a lot of mud roads outside the main areas. The English out here is way better, dude. Like they either speak English like pretty good, or they just don't speak a word. There's no real middle ground, which is kind of interesting. Like in Vietnam, everyone speaks the same shit, and they sound like fobs. Hello, what your name? Where you from? I like eat chicken. It's like, what? Like nobody in Vietnam knows how to use the letter E. I and right. Maybe this guy kind of brings up some of this stuff too. I do find Cambodia fun though. I like it out here, dude. I really do. Like, I think the only problem I have, like, if I was to really pinpoint an issue, it's just these, like, there's a lot of liberals out here that just want to talk about Western shit, like politics all the time. It's like, I don't care. Seriously, I don't want to talk about AOC. I don't want to talk about the Prime Minister of the UK. They don't care. And when you say that, they get offended. Like, well, but aren't you American? Like, am I in America? I've been in America 12 years, homie. Okay. When I was in the military, Obama was president. Okay. It's been a while. Yeah. I hear medical in Cambodia is really not that great. You have to give up the West, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. How many calories you lose? Dude, we're crushing it, dude. Make sure you guys, Haruno Fitness, it's free, man, just download it. If it'll help you, that's awesome. But anyways, my internet's starting to act like an asshole again, so I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully I give you guys some insight. I figured we just have some talks today. I think we covered everything. Yeah, pretty much got everything. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I see the internet's flipping out right now, so that's probably my cue to get on. Hold on. Yeah, the internet's acting funky. Well, it's not that bad. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Again, check out Haruno Fitness. Where'd I go? It's free. I put 2 months, but I think I'm just gonna keep it free forever. I think it's awesome. It helps a lot of my friends back in America. Helps with fitness. It's a good tracker, goals, shit like that. It's awesome. So check it out. I think you guys will like it. It's 100% free to give it a shot. Give me feedback. I would love to hear it. But yeah, with that being said, I think we got nothing to talk about there. I think I might actually just get out of here. Yeah. We already got all that. Also, if you guys haven't seen my other channel, at Rock David, come sub, help me get to 500. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. My camera lasted the whole time. That's some shit. It's sunny outside. So I think I'm gonna go outside. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out today. Hopefully you learned a few things. If not, I apologize for the inconvenience. It's not my fault. I breaks it down. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. I got a video coming down today or tomorrow, and then we have 3 more that are published in the members section right now. And from that, they should be public soon. And with all of that, I'll see you guys again. Ni hao.
Oh, show me up, wake me up, don't wake me up. Southeast Asia's got my soul in a rush. From the jungles to the streets, I'm alive in the scene. Let me stay in this moment, living my dream. I'm rolling through Bangkok, lights flash in the night.